City Hall protesters repeat calls to reduce NYPD budget. Hundreds continue to camp out around City Hall on Center Street as activists insist on $1 billion in cuts to the NYPD, even if it results in significant layoffs and a drastic reduction in community patrols. While some of the young leaders of the demonstrations gathered Sunday on the steps of the Department of Education Tweed Courthouse building on Chambers Street, they insisted defunding the NYPD to boost youth, social service, and educated programs. They also used the platform to slam city council members for not jumping on board with defunding. Nevertheless, they also want a seat at the bargaining table. The protests began on May 28th with the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police, causing a firestorm against police departments across the country. It also reignited tension against the city's department over several other deaths at the hands of police, including Eric Garner, Romari Graham, and Sean Bell. Privately, some city insiders say $1 billion in cuts would dramatically reduce patrols in communities of color, where many of the rashes of shootings, homicides, and sexual assaults have been occurring, one said. Nobody wants to go back to the constituents to tell them they will have less police protection. Also, $1 billion in cuts to a budget that is nearly 90% salary would mean layoffs, meaning the newly hired would be slashed, including many new black and brown members of the department that are helping to improve the racial makeup of the NYPD. Young black community leaders amass on the steps of the DOE, led by Jamel Henderson, a professor at City University and from the CUNY Rising Allowance, who believes $1 billion cut would not have any effect on the NYPD. We are here as proud black people and proud black community leaders, Hendrickson said. And we are pissed off at the direction and the stalemate of progressivism that is happening in our communities. We are community leaders at Buck Action, and we are here to call out our black elected officials who beg and plead for our signatures to be on the ballot. We are demanding that all our taxpayers who are paying you $150,000 a year to be a leader, to be selfless instead of selfless. Henderson said the police reform bills recently enacted are not enough for us.